Hello and welcome. This is Angie Holden, the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. Today we're going to have the ultimate mug throwdown. Let's call it that. We are going to test a ton of different ways to make mugs and which ones can be hand washed versus dish washed, which one's going to last the longest. So maybe you can decide how you want to make your mugs for the future, whether that is for yourself, for gifts, or to sell. So what are we going to test? I have 12 mugs here and I've made them in a variety of ways. So the first way is just by applying adhesive vinyl to the surface itself. And then I have one where I applied heat transfer vinyl to the surface. So one with vinyl, one with heat transfer vinyl. But I took that a step further. I took one and used HTV on it, just like this one. But with this version, I put Mod Podge, dishwasher-safe Mod Podge over the top, and I allowed it to cure for the 28 days. And it's actually been, 30 days, I guess. So I've actually allowed it to cure a couple of extra days. So I'll be testing that one against these others to see if the dishwasher-safe Mod Podge makes a difference, and if maybe that would be the way to go. And then the same thing for this vinyl version. So this one, just adhesive vinyl. And this one I did adhesive vinyl, but I put that dishwasher-safe Mod Podge across it. I did all the dishwasher-safe Mod Podges on the same day, according to the directions, all the coats, let it cure the recommended amount of time. It is like a 28-day cure, so if you're going to use that product, I would be aware of that. We're also going to take a look a little closer at these because, and I did the same Good Morning Sunshine on one side as this one. It does look kind of streaky, first thing. And then on this one, so both of these, I used a permanent adhesive vinyl. On the sunflower, however, the center is actually a removable adhesive vinyl. So that way I could kind of see if a removable with the Mod Podge dishwasher safe over the top would actually work, or if it needed to be the permanent. Then I did a couple of Waterslide decals. The first one is just the Waterslide decal by itself. The second is the Waterslide decal with that dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the top. Again, let it cure the right amount of time. Then we're going to talk sublimation infusible ink. So I have an infusible ink mug. I have a couple of different sublimation mugs. Both of these are made using the mug press. One is a full wrap design and one is just on either side. This one is not a Cricut mug where these other two are, so that I'll kind of test that as well. And then this one is a sublimation mug made in an oven with just a small print on one side. This is a sublimation mug made in an oven with a wrap. And this one was made with like a silicone wrap around it, and then it has just that. And then this is a silicone wrap around the outside, but it's that full wrap design. Again, a sublimation print, however. So oven sublimation, mug press sublimation, infusible ink, vinyl, HTV and Waterslide, both regular as well as with dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So before I start my test, let's zoom in on some of the ones with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So let's talk about it a little bit. When you apply it to a mug, you need to stay away from the lip. So with sublimation, once this is properly put in the mug press and the picture or infusible ink, once this is applied to the mug in the correct way, it is fine to have your lips touch where the design is. However, with dishwasher safe Mod Podge, you need to keep it down from the lip so that your lips, your mouth, once it's cured and everything, does not touch where the dishwasher safe Mod Podge is. So you do have to keep it down a little bit. And what I found was, first thing, I had streaks from application, from just like brush strokes, and then it's slightly shinier where I applied it than where I did not, because I had to leave this area without anything on it. And then with the Waterslide decals, the What I want to say is I did allow them to dry the right amount of time, and I did cure them in the oven, both versions. And then after I cured this one in the oven, that's when I applied that Mod Podge to it. And I'll be writing all of these down. I do have it marked in Sharpie what each one is on the bottom, but I'm gonna write it down as well just in case my Sharpie comes off with all of these tests. So let's zoom in. Let's take a look at some of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge ones now, just to get a closer look. And then I'll start running my tests. I may come back and update you periodically, but it may be at the end. It just depends on how long these last. They only last one. If after the first run through the dishwasher, everything falls off, there won't be much time for intermediate updates. But I will do some hand wash, probably like 10, like just washing them by hand in my sink, drying them off, wash them again, dry them off, just to see that hand washing hopefully will work for all of these. And then we'll start running that dishwasher and see how long they all last. So let's take a closer look at those streaks before I start my experiments, and then I will head downstairs to the kitchen. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. So this is one with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and hopefully you can see those streaks and a difference between the very top and where I put the dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the vinyl. So that is the case on all of these, no matter if it's the vinyl, the HTV, or even this Waterslide version. Hopefully you can see some of those streaks in there. So in person, I just feel like they're super obvious and would be obvious to anyone that you would gift these to, or that, you know, if you were selling them. I just feel like it would be super obvious that it was there. And I can really see a line right in there where the Mod Podge is and isn't. So hopefully you can see that and kind of tell what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to start my experiments. This is after just hand washing 5 times. So I'm doing the dishes just like I normally would do the dishes and washing each cup, and this is the only one that failed. So this is the Waterslide decal with nothing over the top. So it does have the acrylic sealer that you apply when you apply the Waterslide decal, 3 coats of that. But the other Waterslide decal I'm testing, I put Mod Podge, dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the top, and this one I did not. So it only has the acrylic sealer that you use for application. And it started to fail after like the second time that I did the dishes. So I'm going to call the Waterslide decal, at least by itself, a fail, and continue my testing. So I finished the hand washing. I did 10 times, and then I started in the dishwasher. So this is the Waterslide mug that had the dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the top. Again, I put the Mod Podge over the top, let it cure the actually 30 days, 1 time through the dishwasher, and this is what happened to my Waterslide decal. It almost completely came off. So a few words about the dishwasher cycle. On all of these cycles, I'm just doing my regular cycle, no heated rinse or anything like that. Like I just do a really simple just cycle when I do my dishes anyway. So that's what I'm doing for these. So I'm doing them just like normal. So the Waterslide decal failed on both the one without the Mod Podge over the top and the one with the Mod Podge over the top. So Waterslide decals are completely out. All right, second dishwasher cycle, I had another failure, this time with HTV. Both, this is the one that had the dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the top, and you can see it failing right there. And the eye is actually gone. I don't know where that is. And then this one was without the Mod Podge over the top, but it is failing as well. So it's coming up in quite a few different areas. So HTV on mugs is also out, and I'll continue to test with vinyl and sublimation. All right, so after 10 dishwasher cycles, this is the result of the mug that has permanent vinyl with dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the top. So I'm super surprised that this one failed now. The eye is gone, and then the O shifted location. And if you can see, perhaps, like the dishwasher safe Mod Podge it's lifting off the surface in various places. So you can see it kind of lifting up, maybe right there, right through here. So super odd what happened, but it did fail. Now, the one with permanent vinyl by itself, without any coating over the top, is still going strong. So we'll see how long that one lasts and come back with some more results. All right, so after 20 dishwasher cycles, I am just calling this. So this is the one with just permanent vinyl, no other coating or anything over the top, and it looks great still after 20 times. I asked a few people that have had cups with permanent vinyl on them, and they said they've been able to get like hundreds of cycles out of them. So I'm not going to continue with the comparison. I'm just going to stop here, but I did want to give you a closer look at all the mugs so you can see how well they did. So this is the one with just permanent vinyl. Here are a couple with sublimation, done a couple different ways. You can't even really tell a difference between them, and they look stunning still, even after the 20 cycles. I actually added this one in after I filmed that initial video. This is with the infusible ink pens and markers, and I wanted to throw one of those in just in case there was a difference there, but I didn't see any fading, and it looks great, just like it did when I started after the 20 cycles. All right, let's look at some that are not Cricut mugs. I actually threw another one in here before I started this, just because I wanted to get 3 different mugs that were not Cricut mugs, and I did sublimation on all 3, and they all 3 look amazing even after the 20 cycles. Here's the first one, and there's the second one. And then the final one has this picture on it. And it does still look amazing even after the 20 cycles. All right, so here are 2 Cricut mugs, and again, they look great. I did want to point something out on this mug. So what I wanted to point out is, even though like the sublimation looks great, it did not fail. These mugs will still chip. So if, say, I accidentally knocked it against another mug, it has a little chip up here at the top. You really can't say they're like a lifetime mug because you still get chips. They are still breakable. They're still ceramic. You might break them, but after 20 cycles in the dishwasher, the images look amazing and clear and no fading at all. All right, so let's wrap up these tests, talk about the best methods and the worst. Let's go from worst to best. The worst was the Waterslide decal by itself without any sealer over the top. I think that was this one. Definitely failed just like when I was just washing it by hand. So definitely a huge, huge failure. Would not recommend that one. And then again with the Waterslide, the very first time I ran the dishwasher, this one failed that had the dishwasher-safe Mod Podge over the top. So Waterslide decals, I think they would be good for adding to a tumbler where you're going to epoxy over the top, but I don't know if they're great for applications like mugs where you're going to need to wash the surface somewhat frequently. So personally for mugs, Waterslide decals for me are out. The same with heat transfer vinyl, that's out for me as well. So the HTV with the Mod Podge and the HTV without both failed at 2 times in the dishwasher. So I'm definitely not going to try anymore with HTV. I tried HTV with mugs like several years ago, had basically the same results, thought I might do better this time with the dishwasher-safe Mod Podge. Obviously that was wrong. So HTV on mugs, again, for me, is out. I feel like HTV has tons of other applications that are amazing, but as far as mugs, if you're gonna run into the dishwasher, it's out for me. Perhaps hand washing, but I still think there are better options out there. I don't think that HTV for me is a great option for mugs. So what are the best options for mugs? I feel like permanent vinyl and sublimation are definitely the best options for mugs. And sublimation, I'm lumping infusible ink with that because that is equal in my mind and it has the same durability. So the permanent vinyl, Like I said, the one with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge over the top failed before the permanent vinyl that didn't have anything over the top. So for me, I don't think the dishwasher safe Mod Podge added anything to it, and I had to wait those extra days. However, let's talk about permanent vinyl by itself. So permanent vinyl by itself. This is the Cricut permanent vinyl. I think Oracal 651 would work about the same. However, the mistake most people make is they put it on, an hour later they drink their coffee out of it, 2 hours later it goes in the dishwasher, and they expect it to work. It is not going to work that way. I recommend you wait at least 72 hours after you put permanent vinyl on any surface to use it. This mug waited as long as the mug with dishwasher safe Mod Podge, as I made them on the same day. So this mug waited the 28 days, actually 30 days, with the permanent vinyl adhered to the surface. It had time to adhere, to bond, and I really don't think this one's going anywhere. So permanent vinyl can be a solution for your mugs, even in the dishwasher. However, you need to give it time to bond to the surface. And like I said, I recommend at least 72 hours after you apply it, 72 hours before use and before washing. So that's my recommendation. Now, sublimation and infusible ink is always going to be the rock star here. You can apply it. I can drink my coffee out of it, and right after I apply it, and I can throw it in the dishwasher an hour later, and I'm not going to have any issues. It's permanent. Once it comes out of the mug press, the oven, however you apply it, it is permanent and ready to go. So I did a variety of mugs. I did infusible ink, sheets, which is this one. I did infusible ink markers, which is this one. I did sublimation on non-Cricut mugs, as well as this one. And I did sublimation on Cricut mugs a variety of ways. So we did the mug press, we did like silicone wraps in the oven, we did the shrink wraps in the oven. I did a variety of ways of application, all resulted in the same permanent result. So whether you have the Cricut mug press and you make these great photo mugs, or you opt for a convection oven and you make mugs with wraps, the result is the same. The result is a permanent mug that isn't going to fade, isn't going to wash away. And the one thing we're not talking about, like I'm talking about dishwasher safe, any of the mugs over on this side are not microwave safe. So even the permanent vinyl mug, I would not put in the microwave, but the sublimation mugs or infusible ink mugs, 100% microwave safe. Throw them in there, warm up that coffee that I knew you let it get cold. I know you did. But I don't recommend the other products for the microwave. I will say that. So hopefully this helps. I do have some other videos I'm going to link below. So I have videos on the mug press versus the convection oven, so you can kind of see the process there. I'll link you to some videos where I made these photo mugs in case you're curious of how I made those and want to make your own. I'll link you to like lots of mug videos. You can head down there and continue your education. But for me, mostly it's going to be sublimation mugs. And in a pinch, say I don't have infusible ink, my sublimation printer isn't working, I would just do the permanent vinyl on the mug and wait at least 72 hours before use. That's how I would do mugs. If you don't have access to a sublimation printer or you don't want to use infusible ink. But I do think infusible ink is an amazing option. Like I made this mug with infusible ink. Looks amazing and would be perfect as a gift for the world's best mom. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this helps you understand the most permanent options for mugs. If it does, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything we've covered, drop down in the comment section, ask away. If you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos like this every single week and you don't want to miss any of those. So thank you all so much for joining me and learning a little bit more about mugs. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.